Hi, I'm Mohit Lalwani and this is India Inc. And on this show, we'll introduce you to people just like you and me, except that they are rock stars in the world of entrepreneurship. Now everyone has dreams and it's tough to turn them into reality, but it doesn't take magic either. Here you go, let's hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Well, now whoever thought that a sense of networking could create a full-fledged business with a turnover of 8 crores and more? Well, Udit Mittal did. He started an HR recruiting company 10 years ago and it's still going strong.
Have a point where you want to reach and don't look left and right. I'm Udit Mittal. I own this company Unison International, which is a recruitment firm, and we started business about 11 years back. And right out of campus, this was something that I started, and we basically specialize into retail and consumer durables and healthcare sector. I've done my schooling from a school in Dehradun called Willems, and been there in hostel for 11 years. My family also belongs to Dehradun. My father is into agriculture. My mother is a housewife. I have a younger sister and a younger brother. See, coming from a small town, you didn't have much exposure. I always wanted to get into hotels and I want to have a chain of hotels. But soon when you come to Delhi and you realize reality that you have to thin down on expectations and aspirations, and you come, there's a reality check, and then you realize, okay, you want to do things differently. By the time I reached my post-graduation, I wanted to open a management institute. Thanks to the government and their laws and rules and things like that, one couldn't open it because they required so much of security to be kept in, as a fund which is unutilized for security and purposes. So that project shelled out. Then I got into something like a wrinkle-free washing unit. Again, that project was a very, very capital intensive project. I, being a creative person, I didn't want to sit down at one place and probably just run a factory and get trousers washed into get it chemically treated or something. When I was doing my survey of this project, I came across this company called Technopack Advisors. So they were doing my project for the wrinkle-free washing unit. They were helping me in the project, and I used to go to their office every day, and soon realized that there was a gap in expectations of textile people and the garmenting people and any agency trying to provide them a one-stop solution for the same. That's how I realized that there's a gap, and I was an MBA HR, always good at networking. Networking was something like always a forte. And coming from a business family, it was a natural flair that you had, that you probably, dealing with people. That's how I decided that fine, this is a good opportunity area. And we started as a recruitment firm catering to exports and buying houses. But soon we realized that, exporters and owner-driven companies do not want to pay up for office services, because then came retail. That time, about 11 years back, retail was a very, very, there were hardly any malls. In fact, there was, I think, only Ansal Plaza probably, but that too was coming up, and there was no other mall also. So retail was a very, very greenfield area that you could cater to. And our first client that happened was ITC Wills. Most of our billing came from Wills, and whatever came from there, in the sense they wanted tailors, we gave them tailors. They wanted showroom staff, we gave them showroom staff. They wanted brand managers, marketing heads, we gave them everything. So ultimately we learned our lessons from there, and that's how we kept growing. Recruitment is more of a mind, it's a human investment, you don't require capital investment. Coming to a Gurgaon or sitting in a glass building, you probably would require a huge rent and your office expenses and a huge salary bill. But when we started from a small place, and we didn't require much of capital. Whatever funding came, it came from my family. What has happened in the last 5 years is that India is moving towards the western side, like what probably US was in the 80s or something. People want everything on an easy platter. They want things just coming their way. Effort lacks. You want everything quick and ready to change your job. There's no loyalty factor. 5 years back, probably there was more loyalty. People used to stick on to organizations. People valued their jobs. Today, you tell an employee, okay, you're not performing, you just be slightly tough with the person. The person will say, okay, I'm packing up and leaving. Today the world has changed. You sit in one company, you have 20 other offers coming in. There are other internet has become a very, very big tool, exposes you to a lot of jobs. Plus, that is the only way people have realized that you make money, because in your current company you could probably get a 15-20% appraisal. You change your job, you get a 60% appraisal, you get a 40% appraisal. So easy way of making money. A lot of peer pressure, a lot of pressure from your family. So everything has to be balanced, and that's how people are getting pushed off into changing careers. Rightly so, but they're doing it slightly faster. 2 years is a good time in a company, but 6 months or 1 year is slightly a shorter time in a company. I do a lot of hiring through Facebook. You put a lot of jobs on Facebook on your what you're doing, and you'll have people from various quarters and from various people whom you don't even know applying to you or calling you up and saying, okay, this is a job, can we apply for it, and would we want to look at it? So that could be another interesting tool for anyone who starts off any business. Or when I started, the main purpose is that you have to be very focused. You have to be there in one thing and just get down to it. There could be ups, downs, and once you make your contacts, once you get yourself involved into it, I think there's no looking back.
Well, and that's all we have on this episode of India Inc. But do remember to tune in next week again for many more inspiring stories from the world of entrepreneurship. In the meanwhile, thank you for joining me. Goodbye.